So, how have you been? How are you?
Busy
Yeah.
ass day, but
I know.
that court case was fucking something, and I wanted to talk to you about that because, I mean, you were a lawyer. Are people who waive the right to counsel required to still have like an attorney stand with them? Because I'm having a hard time understanding why Archibald took that case.
I don't know either. That was idiotic, personally.
Yeah.
It hurts us. Luckily he's enough removed, but he did it out of principle, which I can respect for someone that is a like true to heart attorney, you know what I mean?
Sure.
But he's forgetting that he has two hats, right?
Yeah.
And
yeah, I mean, optically, I guess the only way to spin it is, you know, we ran on civil rights and people have the right to counsel.
I don't think anyone is going to bring it up, to be honest.
Probably
so,
not. But
I mean,
I talked to him and I was like, dude, the optics of this are, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I had a meeting with Daisy and a lot of the South Side. We were able to break down like problem names, which took a bit, right? Because it was kind of the flakiness of like, we don't want to name names, but we want change. But I think slowly they're starting to realize, and this is what the big thing about it is, understanding both sides, right? Because even like, oh shit, hey Jasmine, we're down at the resort. You want to come
okay
through?
I will head out.
All right, easy. See you in a bit.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
The biggest thing like is both sides don't recognize each other, and so each other they're looking at each other's situation through their personal lenses, but it's so different, right? And I think what came out of that is Daisy getting a better understanding of them and vice versa. So
yeah, that's a good approach.
Now it's tough. I genuinely do not know if it's resolvable though, because it's resolvable to a degree, but the problem is that I don't necessarily believe that Daisy alone can make that change, because there's too much. You want me to say some wild shit?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm gonna hope Daisy can change. She's gonna change things and make a difference, and I think she's gonna put a fingerprint on it. But without like this PD getting completely restructured, both departments, it's just gonna be both sides murdering each other. Because some of the like even PETA's like showed quite a bit of cookedness over not realizing that there was a bigger picture than just getting shot. Yeah. It's both sides are so deep into the black that walking out of this, as much time as I spend with PD, I saw gangs more willing to converse than the cops are.
Yeah.
And seeing and compromising. I saw more compromising today from the gangs than I've seen PD since the entire time I've been talking with them. And I'm just being honest.
I won't speak.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be negative and you're gonna hate me, so I just won't say anything more.
See, a lot of people like fucking Tilly. They're thinking about themselves through every conversation.
I think that you are thinking too big.
What do you mean?
What, you think a restructure is gonna, Nino?
Yeah, I mean like wipe the cops.
Nino, how? Okay.
What? Go ahead.
How do I say this?
You got to get rid of the marshals. You got to get rid of the DOJ. You got to get.
How many?
You just need to drop
you know
a
what?
note.
I'm gonna say this.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say this.
Yeah,
and it's just gonna be. It is what it is. You know, I'm sorry if I'm not gonna. Okay. How many fucking times, Nino? How many times?
It's happened at least 12.
Exactly. So why do you think another one's gonna do anything?
Well, because it restarts it, and then you get, how many months has it been? 9 months? Because then you get another 9 months. You know what I mean?
You get another 9 months of the same people reapplying for the job, and then us doing the same thing over and over and over again.
Why do you gotta go so deep? Okay, I'm trying to make it make sense, and you're like,
I feel like there's something
Zai's up there, the
That-
82 months.
we're not doing
What's
that
up,
we
Mayor?
could do to help this.
I'm sorry.
I feel like there's a lot of times where things are just thought of like this isn't going well, the entire department shit, so let's restructure it, when I feel like it's been proven that that's not helping. So I feel like there's needs
I'm
to
saying
be something
wipe.
else. Mm-hmm.
You have to like literally wipe like
I
the
mean-
entire like fucking police force.
My thing is that
Mhm.
they drew a line in the sand and inherently made a more complicated jurisdictional issue with two counties.
Chat, this is a
two
very
boundaries,
icy
and two sets of
conversation, by the
laws.
way.
And then the
Based on
judicial
things that
system has
happen,
never been
icy.
more understaffed than it is
FYI.
right now.
Before anyone gets too worked
you've
up about what
introduced
Nino's
a
saying.
more complex judicial system, and you don't have the people to even run it effectively. And further compounding that, I think most of the marshals.
I agree
and
with
the
that.
I don't want to say the DOJ is a blanket statement because I hardly know Bailey, and I think he came here in good faith. But certainly Angel, I don't even think she could, I don't even think she can understand her own constitution, let alone apply it in law.
I agree with that. And by the way, I was trying to be a little hyperbolic. I
What do
don't
you mean?
actually mean let's go and like fucking restructure everything, right? I'm just kind of at wit's end because even cops that have been trying to convince me they operate in good faith, right, haven't been, right? And then they also got marshals breathing up down their fucking throat. I got done talking to, like, this is kind of the epitome of it, right? Is like Nova, who's a marshal. I think, from what I've seen, I think she means well. But when I brought up some of the concerns, she's like, well, that's what the marshals are here for, da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, okay, fine. Well, who's Daisy now? It's like, oh, second in command. Okay. And I'm like, and that bozo stood up in the LSPD meeting and said that cops are going to get fired for reading a public document.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's second in command of the city, right?
That doesn't.
And I'm
understand
like,
public
now,
domain. Yeah.
and now I'm like, okay, what are you going to do about that? And she's like, oh, well, there has to be an investigation. I'm like, okay, good. I reported it. Now what? She's like, well, I mean, I don't know anything about it. I'm like, well, we're giving you the report. What are you going to do? And she's like, well, what's going to happen? It's like, okay, blah, 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 blah. It's going to go to the director. I'm like, okay, now how do we find out what the outcome of it is? And she said that we don't disclose the conclusion of an investigation. I'm like, there you go. So how do you have accountability? Because unless the government is accountable to the people, there is no democracy. But that fundamental philosophical thing, I think, is lost on a lot of folks, right? And what's lost also is the Shabanable. This is why. I was on the call with Siobhan earlier, and you might get a chuckle out of this. The conclusion I came to is that we have FISA courts and FISA investigations. But it's worse because they have to publicize that eventually.
Yeah.
So it's kind of it's tough, right? Because if all branches of government ultimately fall into a vacuum of the unknown, then you can never garner public trust and public accountability as a side effect, right?
100%. 100%.
I did bring up the Nova though when she said, well, what's the solution? I said public hearings, right?
Yeah.
The public has the right to know what is the, and that's one thing I never understood is, and this kind of goes to even internal investigations, right? Is that why would a cop ever have the right or why to be able to be internally investigated without the public knowing? I never understood that. It's so soft, right? If a cop has misconduct that has an effect on people, just as a criminal goes through a court system, why doesn't the public get to know the outcome of an officer? Why are they special? Right?
Yeah, I agree.
You know? So that's
Yellow.
where I see it. So
What's up, Jess?
Not much. What's going on?
I'm sorry. I feel really bad about being so negative about it. 'Cause now I'm
Wait,
thinking
about
about
what?
it, and I'm like, just about the whole thing. I feel bad because I'm like, well, I'm being really negative about it, and it's like you were actively trying to come up with ideas, and I'm kind of being a shitter, so I'm sorry.
Don't sweat it. I was being jokingly hyperbolic.
Oh yeah, but it's still like, I don't know.
So the thing is,
Um,
sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead. Sorry, I'm interrupting.
Daisy met with 4 of the Southside gangs. It was very productive, and probably the most amount of conversation between, I think, PD and the crews as a whole. I mean, it may have been happening individually, but she runs half the police force, so I thought it was pretty productive. The conclusion of it all was, I took some notes. Some officers' names popped up. They pretty much pointed out, like in so many words, cops are ping chasing, looking for an opportunity to over aggress. And the way that I effectively read it is cops are going down there like every hour on the hour looking for something, right? And antagonizing when they don't find it. And so at that stage, you're not really dealing with a police force. You're dealing with an occupation, which is the way that I've been wording it now. Because, like, what do you fucking living on the street and the cops are rolling through every second without, like, cause? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's harassment.
Yes.
Yeah. Still like occupation more.
Yep.
More polarizing.
Do they not get other calls? Do they not have other things
Other
to
calls
do?
don't lead to shootouts. You know what I mean?
Oh my lord.
I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, like, that's what it is. I had some unfortunate conversations even with like Den, where like I tried to explain some of this, and he actually thought like I'd vibe with it and be like, they're just a bunch of gangbangers, they're gonna cry anyways. And I'm like, bitch, they ain't crying. You're literally pulling your gun out in traffic stops and justifying it. Like, you don't get it. You want to be a gangster, but you don't realize it, right? So, I mean, but
I don't know. It's kind of interesting that this all just, the course of events and the timing.
what do you mean?
I don't know. Just the course of events and the timing. They fucking with all these other games. The police department, it seems like they missed somebody. I don't know.
Who they miss?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I feel like you're trying to say something that we're supposed to pick up on, but like I'm missing.
Slacks?
Yeah, they missed Slacks.
Is that it? Slacks?
Yeah, the Slacks.
Okay. So
I will say that Olive. So sorry, go ahead. I was gonna say something. I'm like, it's nothing.
You're fine. I just keep on interrupting you. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
There's just a lull. I'm like, I'll just interject right here. So, I talked to Maxwell, and I'll be doing a PD live with her on Thursday. And then the
Oh,
week
good
after
shit.
that, I will be doing one with McNulty.
Yeah.
So we'll be doing the training on Thursday, going over training and what she does to secure training and how she, what she does. And then with McNulty, we'll be focusing on kind of like the chasing part, the interceptor.
Okay.
Or did you have something else in mind?
I'd rather only. So wait, I heard McNulty and Interceptor, and the phone rang in between it, and my ADHD and lack of sleep distracted.
Okay.
So what was it again? It's Maxwell and who else?
It's Maxwell and McNulty.
Okay, give me 1 second. You stupid bitch. Let your chief handle it. You're a fucking cadet contacting the mayor over dumb shit. I still like you though. All right, sorry. Bobby's saying he's got a solution to Southside, and to me that sounds like like 101 of me. Hold on. Like, God damn it. If I'm the reason that Bobby gets fired, I don't know what to say.
Just tell him to put it in a PowerPoint. Come
All
down
right.
here and
Well,
present.
listen. I will report you to the chief. If you...
Oh, do you guys
All
know
right.
when the term ends?
From the what?
About a month?
When the term ends? In a month?
5 weeks? 6 weeks?
Do you know the
something like that?
exact day? No.
No. I'm sorry,
20
Jasmine.
something?
You said Maxwell and McNulty. I don't think we should. Do we want to involve BCSO? I feel like it might be outside the scope. What do you think?
I mean,
It's called PD Live, so I don't know if you want to focus with just within the county, that's fine.
Yeah.
But I think it's nice to see different perspectives, but it's entirely up to you.
I feel like getting an LSPD interceptor person would be good to prop them up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I just met him at the wedding, and I thought, well, he seems unique.
No,
and
he's
that
a
would
he's
be,
a
you know,
fuck boy.
Okay.
Yeah. This
Um,
McNulty, I'll give you the TLDR of McNulty. Is McNulty, I'm sure at some point in time was a fantastic officer, and he pretty much stated for weeks that he didn't want to be high command, and then he threatened to punch Jeb in the okay, so I'll give you the summary. Is that this guy was talking about like how he didn't want to be high command and want to go to the bottom and fix up LSPD and da-da-da. And he ended up with like wanting to punch Jeb in the teeth for hissing while simultaneously being what can best be described as inherently toxic in a work environment. He could fuck that guy.
he's also got a man bun.
Yeah. It's kind of, I don't know what the fuck cooked up in his head.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
You
we
don't
could
know
just keep
Jeb,
it
he's like
LSPD and
Peach.
I don't know anyone, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, to even get Maxwell's number was difficult.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
I
sorry
will-
about that.
You should try and get
It's
I
okay.
tried to
didn't
reach
get a
out to
message
get it for
back,
you.
so I just assumed that you were busy.
I messaged Nino for it today. I didn't get it.
Yeah, no, last 2 days I've been like on babysitter duty on this Southside war, so my mind is, I've been very distracted.
All right.
So,
so I will just let.
Peach and Jeb.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Oh,
yeah.
fuck yeah,
They'd be
yeah, they're
fucking
good.
Great.
Yeah.
Or even Carmine and Bobby, the stupid, but I mean.
Peach and Jeb. Okay, I met. Oh, hold on. Is Jeb her brother?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What
And
she's fucking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll send you her number
one
right
that-
now because I have it.
Yeah, I don't have hers.
I'll send you
Okay.
hers.
I will contact McNulty and let them know. I apologize. I thought it was. Everyone is just LSPD for now.
I wouldn't even
Then-
say that because they'll use it against you.
You just
What
say
do you
it's a
want me to
scheduling
tell 'em
conflict.
then?
What scheduling issues?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
will-
I don't, because what I'm afraid of, Jasmine, is like if you look, I'll throw it like this, and you can ask these guys. Is if they get a whiff of like it might be because BCSO or this conversation, you're gonna be a topic of their hatred for God knows how long.
They'll
Yep.
probably impeach you.
Yeah, it's
Pretty sure I am. Okay. So I will counsel with him, and then I will contact Peach and Jeb, and see if they would like to do, because I'm doing it every Thursday, or at least once a week.
Mm.
I think is a good kind of flow, but I do want to. I want to show different aspects of different things. You know what I mean? The good, the bad, the ugly.
true.
So,
Mhm.
you know, then they could take what they want from it. You could
Opal.
probably tell. Opal.
Do you want
Opal
Moss's
V8.
number?
Yeah.
I don't know any of these people. I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah. No,
I
you're
don't know a
good.
lot of
We're gonna
people.
get you hooked up. Yeah, Opal would be great. She's the moonshine god. the pretty much the reason why Los Santos County saved $1 million a week. Let me put it this way. I brought BCSO down to a bunch of stills. Oh my God. So I saw Quangle, one of the guy, the cops, the gangs were complaining about. I saw him talking some shit to this ADMC guy, a pullover, and I was already kind of feeling a certain way because when I see BCSO doing traffic stops in Los Santos County, it annoys me. You know what I mean? Because, and I'll explain what this means. It may seem like petty, but I want to explain myself here, which is if you don't have enough to patrol up north, it's like, why do you come down here to patrol? Inherently, it means you're searching for something down here, right? Does that kind of make sense? The thought process? And so I see it, and it's just like you're over policing an area instead of fucking transferring over. And so I was already kind of on that, plus his name coming up. And so I go up to him and I go, I'm like, are you fucking harassing this guy or whatever? And you know, like, what are you gonna do about it? You know, I could say whatever the fuck I want. And then I tell him, like, oh yeah, let me I kind of gaslit him a bit, and I'm like, hey, I want to show you where there's some stills if you're looking for actual police work. So I bring him up to these stills that I found over at the oil field. And when I get there, they're already blown, right? And next thing you know, bike comes up, another unit comes up, and it was Opal, and Opal's like, oh, I found this yesterday or something. They leave. Opal tells me that they called for backup thinking I was gonna, like, I was doing some sus shit, like I was gonna drive him into it. Yeah. Fuck these people. Can you imagine that? I want you to think about that for a second, like how crazy that is.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, that fucking stun lock.
Yeah. Now, luckily,
racist
Opal's a
too.
good one. She told me what they were saying on the radio. like, fuck me. Jasmine, that video, I cannot tell you enough. I've been trying to share it as much as I can. We went up to the movie theater with, oh my God. There's a movie theater up in Grapeseed, and you can play the video there. I think when you and Paps launch this shit, you should do the premiere.
In
Yeah, I
Blaine
know what
County?
you're talking about. It's like the drive-in, but it
Yeah.
has like bleachers and hay. Is that correct?
We
Okay,
need one
yeah.
of those here.
Yeah, we
Isn't
can
there
do
a
that.
theater in
Because
town? I swear I saw one.
there is, I wouldn't, because they brought that up, like, you know, bringing up something like that down here, and I was like, I wouldn't want that to be, it's like one of the only unique things up in, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'd
yeah,
Oh,
be a
okay.
little malicious.
like, yeah. So, like, I got my issues, but I'm not like an act, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
like, the reason that came to mind is I've been trying to get people to check out the video because I think it's fucking amazing for many reasons, and a lot of people haven't seen it, and I think a big part of that is people, Twitter is not, if people see a link on Twitter, they're not going to see it. If they see a videotape, they're not going to look at it. But if you premiere it, like let's say in the morning and in the evening, and you call the entire city down, that's impact. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So-
I will talk to Paps about that. It can be difficult sometimes. It just depends on when I can wake up. But yeah, I will talk to him about having each time like the next day, like on Friday, because he turns around so quickly. Like he's a star. We could just do it the next day. We could have a Friday premiere that everyone can see.
Oh my
it.
God.
We also wanted to do, I think it's more like a dasMEHDI thing, but do advertisements in between it. But I don't know if that's too much or not.
Hey, I think that's a good idea. I mean, look,
Okay.
you know,
like a 30
even if
second advertisement that either he could record or they could do it and do a slot, and that way it gets them their business can be seen, you know, and push that.
Yeah, and I mean, not to mention, like, even if it's not on a particular day, let's say you did drop a new video. When was it? Like Thursday when you dropped it? I think it was.
No, we went. Thursday was the day we did it, and then Friday was
Oh,
the day that we had it out.
wait, is it Saturday or is it Sunday?
It's 2 days ago.
Hold on, what's today?
No, today's
Today's
Saturday.
Saturday. Yeah, it was 2 days ago.
I think Wednesday is when
Oh,
it happened, and then Thursday you had it done.
yeah, you may be right. Sorry about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Wednesday.
yeah. The only reason I remember is like I came back to hearing that there was Southside Hell Week or whatever. I'm like, Jesus Christ. But like, let's say you came out with it, like you had a new video. It's so easy for me. Like, I wouldn't put out a state announcement, but it would be very easy to garner a shitload of people with a 30-minute heads up. You know what I mean? And I think most people in the city would drop everything just for like a mini event. You know what I mean?
I agree. The feedback that I got was great. Every time that I think some people don't have the patience to sit there and watch a 5-minute video, unfortunately. But once they got to the meat of it, I think they're like, okay, that makes sense. Because it's just kind of like, hey, this is that, and then it kind of hits you with everything. So I think anyone that has seen it now would be willing to be there the next time to watch it all together. I mean, we'll see. Johnny did an amazing job. I was blown away.
Yeah, it was good.
So I will thank you for the phone numbers, Tilly. I'll contact them all and just try to get some more people. When I contacted Maxwell, who I had previously talked to, who told me to get in touch with Den, she sounded elated, like she was super excited to be part of this. So hopefully we can get some steam going forward. And yeah,
Let me know if you need any other numbers.
I did get them to.
I'll try to find her.
I did get LSPD to play it during their meeting on their projector, and I made it a point to make it, as the kids call it, POG, even though there was a lot of shade thrown to it.
You were a huge boomer. You cannot make anything POG.
Yeah, well, I did, clearly, because, like, I don't think you understand. Yeah, listen, that video was so well put together. Yeah, exactly. It was so well put together, but you as with anything in Los Santos, the wind of opinion can waver very quickly. You know what I mean? So you always gotta get ahead of what the opinion should be, right? And if you're not, and you're too late to the party, it's already too late. You know what I mean? So,
you guys remember Pogs? I
Yeah.
had Pogs growing up. Do you have those?
Yeah, Pogas, right, Nino?
no, the fucking
Pogs.
Pogs.
Actual
Fucking
the
Pogs,
round
yeah,
Pogs.
Pogs.
And you could
Pogs
get that.
were
It
fucking
was like
awesome.
marbles too, kind of in a sense.
Yeah.
Like special.
Yeah,
Like,
they
you
had
got
the
big
like
stills,
flashy
fucking
ones with the
Yeah,
foil
yeah,
and shit. Yeah.
Yep.
Then Crazy
What are you guys
Bones.
talking about?
The Pogs. You take
Yeah,
the
the
Pogs.
Pog.
You would push it up against, like, you would try to flip their Pogs over and then take their Pogs. It's like trading cards.
What are
but
you talking
It was
about?
like Jacks. It was
Pogs.
like playing
What?
Jacks, but not for bitches. Pogs were awesome.
Pogs were great. There was too many at a certain point.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, because the market, they're like, oh, this is what's great. Let's
Hold on,
make a Pog
I've
for
never heard of
everything.
a Pog in my life.
What do you
Yeah,
mean?
that's-
You've never heard of Pogs?
I mean,
Oh
I
my
am older
God.
than you. That
No,
makes
I've
sense why I
never
would
heard of
know.
what you guys are talking about.
Oh yeah, fucking. Yeah, I mean, Tilly was busy with a fucking iPad or whatever.
Couldn't
What even
afford
is
that.
this? Wait, is this like?
So you take a Pog and you would like hit it. You'd like would strike another Pog and flip the
what
Pogs
is
over,
this?
and those are the ones that you would collect. I think that was is that how it went?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Did anyone ever like actually play Pogs? Because I don't know if I did. I may have played it like once. Wait, really?
I
I think I
did.
played it like 3 times.
I had like a bag.
Oh
Pogs.
shit! I used to
Weird,
collect,
right?
but not, you know.
Yeah,
I'm so
I was the
young.
same way.
I'm so
Yeah.
young. It's so weird.
Holy shit!
But I just have like collector items, stuff like that.
You know what's cracked?
I've never heard
Speaking
that
of
before.
collectors, I had the Death of Superman comic, and then like I had it like in a box of like a bunch of other shit, along with the Death of Colossus, and like it got fucked, like, you know, from sitting in a box, because you stack up the comics, they're gonna all bend over time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Then I found out the
Yes.
shit's worth like ass loads of money, you know.
You gotta put them in the like the little plastic sleeves.
Yeah, see, I never
I feel
did
like when
that.
you're young though, you never
Yeah.
know that it's gonna be worth money, so you never put in a plastic sleeve.
You
Mhm.
get chipboard, right? You
Yeah.
get chipboard and you put it in the front and the back, and then put it in a plastic sleeve,
Yep.
and you're good.
It's
Keeps
like
it clean
the
and keeps it. It's like cardboard, but very thin and like paper size, like 8.5 by 11.
oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the golden Ocarina of Time cartridge. Like when I was young, it was like whatever, but apparently that shit's like wild now. Or
Remember-
was.
There's the Nintendo one, the golden one for what the fuck was it? Was it just called Zelda?
Yeah. It was the no, it wasn't. It was a
Like
Link to the
I'm
Past.
talking like NES. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Link to the Past. They're the golden NES one, a golden SNES, and the N64.
Right.
I love
right.
SNES.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You know what we're talking about? Tilly? Like the
Till you gotta remember, I didn't have the
Nintendo,
internet until like
Super
grade
Nintendo?
10. That shit wasn't even invented yet.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to borrow my mom's BlackBerry.
I had a BlackBerry.
Canadian.
No, American.
Yeah, BlackBerry
I know,
was
BlackBerry.
popping in the U.S. too.
BlackBerry's a Canadian company.
I'm looking with you. Michael.
Waterloo, Ontario. I've been there.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm sorry if I've been pretty disconnected, like I said, since Thursday, but it's been, oh my God, this is day 3. It's just,
Yeah.
it's been a lot of playing. I will explain what it felt like to be me. Playing ambassador for 2 very diametrically opposed parties with 2 very diametrically opposed opinions of what's happening in front of them, even though both sides are right and wrong at the same time. And holy fucking shit. It is.
Sounds like a teacher.
That's exactly
Like-
what I've been calling
Yeah.
it. It's like I'm babysitting. Now, luckily for Daisy, she's so fucking level-headed. And honestly, these gang leaders, they have been more, in my opinion, like very, 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 very open to conversation. More so than I think other crews would have been in the past. You know? And I think a lot of it is I don't know. Like, what the fuck are you gonna do? You know?
Yeah, you've seemed stressed out.
Well, yeah, maybe. I wouldn't say stressed, just like...
Those bags underneath your eyes are just,
well, I'd say exhausted. So I wouldn't say stressed. More like...
yeah, I can tell.
Like spread thin.
Yeah, spread thin, exactly. It's kind of like looking for a solution where there barely is one. Oh my God, Abilene.
Wow.
I'm gonna text her. We're at the
You
resort.
know what?
Yeah. So I may sound exhausted, but I'm enjoying what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Otherwise I wouldn't.
Yeah.
So
You can still be exhausted and enjoy it.
mm-hmm. Oh, after your video was, I played your video to the besties who really liked it, and they had a fantastic idea.
We're the besties.
This is a crew that's out of Little Seoul. It's like Forehead, AK. They run the oh my
We're in
God, the
Korean
noodle
Plaza
shop.
as
Okay.
well.
Yep.
I've never heard of them.
I've got a commercial space next to Jack Bates and Michael Manx.
Yeah. They suggested that we should have a bill that funds episodes for TV shows. So they want to do something like that. Video inspired them to want to do, like, you ever see on fucking on Vice how they go and like meet up with gangs and like, this is how you make the drugs, and then they bring it over the border. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like, they want to do something like that. But the bigger thing that they suggested was that we should pass a bill that introduces so the idea is that anyone can go and film a pilot. They get like a base amount of money, right? I suggested that bit. They actually said it should be 0, but I think they get a base amount, and that if it's good, we can fund X amount more episodes. which I think is amazing when it comes to the arts and film, right?
Okay,
I agree.
I don't want to say I've done something like this before, but yeah, I'll draft something up for you.
Hell yeah. Because that sounds like the coolest fucking idea, to be honest.
I think that'd be great.
Yeah.
If
Oh,
You
not,
want me to send you an email after?
yeah.
can you put that
100%.
on the website too? The link.
Oh, it already is.
Oh, did I?
No, it's sometimes
Abilene's here.
I'm going to use technical words that you probably aren't going to understand, but sometimes
Sure.
I have to like manually refresh the cache for the site for things to upload.
Oh.
It showed the
I-
old
I
video even
understand
though I
what cache
uploaded it in the
is.
back. Yeah, okay. Not cash money though.
No. Cash doesn't see it.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So sometimes I have to actually force a refresh, otherwise it doesn't
Okay.
push out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it-
I might not have been looking in the right place too. I just.
No. It's
There
right on the
should be a
homepage.
setting for that. Oh, wait. It might be an Apache setting, actually.
Hi.
Hey,
Hey.
how you doing, Abilene? Are you good? Where'd you go? What happened?
Vacation.
Hell yeah.
Oh.
Good for you.
Hell yeah.
Where'd you
All
go
right.
though?
As in not working vacation.
Oh.
Oh, all right.
Smart.
Well, city is more on fire, but wait, what's the last thing you were here to witness?
Can I have a cigarette?
You know Jasmine, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, all right.
Hi, good to see you again.
Hi, Jasmine. Nice to see you.
Too.
All right. There you go.
Last thing was we were putting out all the hunting and fishing stuff, and the end of that, and that got put up.
Well,
Yeah.
now we're dealing with Southside Wars, human shields by the PD, cops baiting shootouts, resulting in them getting more money. That's how I view it all, to be honest.
Oh well, as a lawyer this morning, I took care of a cell rep that was fucking interesting as fuck.
What happened?
They threw Bruce Biller away in detainment for 72 hours until I showed up. And then I showed up and
Wait, Bruce Biller, the farm dude?
Baylor.
Bruce Baylor.
Bruce Baylor, he's well known. He's into a lot of stuff.
He ran for mayor.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That guy was like primed to be a good. Wait, what? Why? What was he in jail for?
Well, he was in detainment and questioning and 72-hour hold while they apparently some judge signed about 3 search warrants, one apparently for a phone subpoena, and then another. I don't know if I don't know if it's a warrant per property, whatever, but for another 2 properties to search.
What the fuck?
They're trying to charge him with bootlegging,
Ugh!
possession of this and that. Anyway, he goes down. I'm not going to get into the details of what the client said to me, but
Yeah.
flaky cause, anonymous tip type shit.
Oh my
See what
god.
I'm saying?
Oh no.
Yeah. But he hasn't been charged yet. They attest that they will be throwing it up on the docket. It's fucking Dukakis from the marshals. Marshals again, of course. But they don't
Why
have
is it
anything.
always her?
They did find something in his apartment, and he'll, I guess he'll take the L for that because the judge signed a warrant and something was found.
What?
And all this other stuff. Yeah, they found a well, it's gonna be public anyway. They found a taser.
Yeah, but oh my god. You ready? The greatest thing about
But
it
he's a
is when the
landlord.
warrant. Oh my god.
He landlords over these properties, and so what I did.
Oh my
was
god, that is so cooked. Wait, so why are the marshals investigating this?
allegedly some kind of anonymous tip. So anyway, I got him to produce the landlord contract for some of these
Oh
properties,
my
and they kind
God.
of, unlocked them, right? So now we're at a situation where they're alleging they're gonna put the charges on the docket. He hasn't been charged yet. He's gonna lose his doctor position. He's a doctor, by the way. If he gets charged.
And because there's a
Anyway,
good faith exception, even if the warrant is dog shit and, it's all a bunch of nepotism that resulted in its signing, it doesn't matter whatever they find inside, he gets charged with. All
yeah,
right.
he'll be charged with a taser, unless sometimes a fruit of the poisonous tree at the root of things can be argued, but I haven't seen any. This is all fresh. So I said, let me see the warrants. We can't show it to you. It's on delayed notice. So I can't see the phone subpoena warrant. I can't see the property warrant because they're alleging, the delayed notice sealing. Anywho, I'll keep you guys updated on that.
Oh my God. Lord have mercy. All right. Well, guys, it was fantastic. I'm going to go play some golf.
Oh, yeah.
Unless there's anything you want to chat about. Abilene, I hope we see you tomorrow because I do want to catch up, but you've officially cooked my brain.
I didn't mean to do that.
No, it's not your fault.
To...
It's not your fault. I'm glad
so
you brought
rough.
it up. But like, yeah, don't feel bad about it. It's not you. It's more like the topic of conversation of just. I'll give you the summary. It's Michael, how would you summarize it?
Oh God, where are we starting from?
Oh
From,
boy.
like Thursday?
No, I mean it's. How does anyone ever come out on top? You know what I mean? How do you protect your rights? How do you it's just too much.
I see this situation directly related to the one on the south side, and exactly what we were talking about with the clean wipe of the judicial system. I'm still stuck on Daisy Dukakis, a marshal, somehow at the forefront of an investigation against Bruce Baylor, and I'm sitting here going, I thought the marshals policed the police.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm like sidetracked. I'm like,
yeah,
why are they running up an investigation? Well, they
right.
It's how do you get a no? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
how do we know who told them to look into it? It's oh my Lord. It's so
I'm not going to
cooked.
say too much, but I'm telling you, this is all anonymous tip produced. And I haven't seen the warrant yet. But it's going to be anonymous tip, and I'll fill you in later as things become public. But it's basically
Teresa,
bullshit.
think of the prime sub.
It's anonymous tip to a marshal. Fine, hand it off to the LSPD.
The judge signed the warrants. That's the problem. See,
She should
here's
have
the
never
thing.
asked for a warrant.
Here's the thing. Judges should not be signing flaky ass warrants based on.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
This is beyond the marshals.
Marshals shouldn't be investigating to begin with.
Yeah.
It's so cooked that marshals are investigating shit like this because they're in the same tree of the same hierarchy as the people signing. You know what I mean? So like it's ooh.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't even know where to take this. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm like, how do you go from anonymous tip to warrant? Where is the reasonable suspicion? Where is the probable cause?
That's not a question for the marshals. That's a question for the DOJ and the judges.
Which is all the same.
Signed it, yeah.
Which is why I said this is all the same that we were just talking about regarding the south side. So that's exactly where we went to.
Yeah. Guys, don't say weird shit, please. Thank you.
Anywho, yeah, I'll be around tomorrow.
All right. You're familiar with the two recent rulings with the good faith exception?
Good faith exception is essentially after the fact exceptions.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know if I'm familiar with the actual cases.
Mr. K had a bad warrant that was thrown out, but everything that was found with as a result of his arrest while serving the warrant, he was guilty for. So what they found in discovery of the execution of that warrant may or may not be applicable. It really depends. They opened up a fucking Pandora's box that has never been opened until about 2 months ago. So it's going to be very interesting what aspects of the good faith exception they decide to introduce into like Los Santos.
All right. So concerning good faith exception, first of all, a warrant and the probable cause in thereof needs to specify what is being looked for. There needs to be a target of what is being looked for.
Mm.
There also needs to be a location. Now you could say the property of, but specifically, you know, Liberty City type stuff, the attic, you know, things like that. The basement corridor. That may not apply here. It doesn't matter, but it's plain sight.
Yes.
Is sort of the quote unquote good faith exception. If it's not playing in plain sight, you can't crack somebody's CRT TV open to find the kilo of cocaine in there unless you have information that the kilo of cocaine or the drug dog sniffs the TV. You know what I'm saying? If the gun's hidden in the TV, you can't just unscrew the TV if you don't have information the gun's in the TV.
Yep.
It's not in plain sight. And plain sight exception is actually specified in legislation. Good faith means
Oh no.
you went to look in the specific location and you found this, but you can't do like extra shit. I don't know if that applies or not. I have to look more into the case. But
Yeah. So it was Mr. K's warrant case, and then there was another one. I'm trying to remember. It was about 2 weeks ago, but the boundaries of how good faith exception is being applied in Los Santos is currently an unknown, at least to the public.
Okay, well that needs to be formalized. That needs to be like formalized as plain sight exception.
Well, that's what I said when I first heard it in the ruling, and I was just like, "Oh Lord, have mercy." Because to me, it was the equivalent of an attorney referencing case law that is not in our legislation. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's to me the equivalent of that.
Yeah, and you know what's funny is when the police side pulls this kind of stuff, they're so open to like accepting that, but when a defense attorney tries to be like, well, this you know, this case, no, you got to fight for that harder. You can't just like, it's weird. That's
an example of where it makes sense is like, so Siobhan, and I don't know the details of this. Archie mentioned it. Siobhan mentioned it. I didn't dig too deep into it. There was just a court case earlier today where some part of Brady was introduced as a consequence of today's court case, which that makes sense, right? Because you're making case law in Los Santos. You're not saying it's Brady, but you're saying here's a example of it. But doing it just as a part of a conclusion in a ruling, no thank you. You know?
Yeah, drawing upon it after the fact in the ruling, right?
Yeah.
Without establishing essentially all the nuances and importance of it.
Yeah.
That make it viable to EMS. That makes sense.
All right, ladies, gentlemen, I will see you tomorrow. And
all right, I'll see you. Have a good get an albatross.
And
you know.
All right.
What time tomorrow are you gonna be around?
I'll be around early, probably 9:30 a.m., 10 a.m. Eastern. So I've been meaning to go to every day. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be around for like 8 hours and then do some stuff, and then 12 hours later type shit.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys. I'll take care.
All right, take care, man.